notification on
But I haven't done anything. Oh my god,
live
this is so...
streamed live 2 minutes ago. This is what happened yesterday. Or last week.
I have no idea what the hell's going on. Yeah, whatever.
Now it's saying it's buffering and you're live.
Cool. Not a huge fan of streaming to YouTube, but we do what we must to survive. Let's go to... get some music. You're more than welcome to hang out. Let's go hang out in throne room.
Okay.
That's not the correct BlueStacks. Boop. Close. Cool. And we are golden. What's up, Dominic? Strike force.
Before you said let's go hang out in the throne room.
Yep.
And then you didn't move.
Yeah, because I'm doing like 15 other things.
It's like, oh no. I'm in here all by myself. He expects me to clean.
No. Well, you're in the throne room now, Royal Vizier Sultanas. Alright. So. That's it. We are 1 week in. 1 week in, 38. Saved a little bit of energy. I could probably push to 40 in like the day or so. I think I'm a little bit under where I could be if I had spent cores a little bit more aggressively, but I didn't need to. What is this? Oh, Mac chose Hella. Cool. That means I'm getting a free Hella. Great. Helpful. You know, it's one thing, like, every time you start a free-to-play run, or anytime anyone starts, there are positives and negatives, you know? Like, if you... There are times when you start a free-to-play run, and it lines up that your early blitz is going to be very high-impact characters. Like, there's a bunch of people who hit their early blitz, their 30-day easy blitzes, during the... What's up, Winsky? What's up, Snoop? There are times when people start and their early blitzes are like very high impact characters, or like the Monday blitz happens to be a very good character that'll help them. Like if you don't think about it, but like Yondu, Groot, Mantis, Gamora, any of those blitzes where you can get a free 85 shards of because you can top 200, that's a huge boost. So like there's some degree of RNG that propels you no matter when you start, and that's kind of a big deal. I, however, managed to find some really good RNG. So 1 week in, I have, I believe, 20 characters unlocked. I was able to rip 50 Minerva out of the first free premium orb they gave me. I got a couple of good pulls out of the legacy orb. So if you don't know, new players now have a brand new calendar called the Groot calendar. It starts with the 3-star Groot, which you saw from the last video. Hey, Life Party. It moves into a free premium, and then 10 free milestone orbs, or 10 free legacy 1 orbs, 10 free milestone orbs, a gold orb, and then a mega orb. So for my free play one, the free premium I received was a 50 drop of Minerva, which is incredibly helpful later. There are quite a few high-impact characters to get early, and Minerva having her early is phenomenal because it means that I can work towards her as I reach, level 38, as I reach level 50 and 60, where she's going to be very helpful. But ultimately, until you start pushing into, tier 4 ability or tier 3 ability materials and high levels and high gear, she doesn't really do much. Her 10%, and I'll show you as we do some fights, her 10% doesn't really make too much of a difference. So I'm happy to have her. I'm very lucky to have pulled a 50 drop of Minerva, but ultimately, you know, I worked on her, and she's been slightly lackluster. What I will say she has done on the villains campaign is turned a lot of 2-star victories into 3-star victories. I was able to maybe progress a little bit further with 3 stars than I would have without her, but that kind of balanced out now, because now I'm way overpowered, and in the fights that I wasn't able to 3, I was able to go back and 3-star without needing her. She doesn't do much damage. Her passive heal isn't very meaningful because scalability stuff doesn't really matter in the early game. So that's that. And then the other side of the spectrum, my Mega Orb gave me a phenomenal 100 drop of Namor. So the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. This is not the worst case scenario, obviously, but as far as immediate unlocks of endgame characters, I'm going to get nothing out of this guy. This guy does not do anything for me until I enter Alliance War, and just because I have him, I'm not going to shift gears in an early gameplay. And that's something I think is really important that players see in the beginning of the game, whether you're starting just now or you're choosing to be free to play. Just because you have a character, it's true of Red Stars, it's true of everything. Just because you unlock something that's rare doesn't mean it's going to help you to go in. Just because you have a 6 Red Star... let me just go quick. 6 Red Star Rescue doesn't mean you're going to go all in on Rescue, you know? Some characters are great, some characters are adequate, and some characters just serve their purpose. And he's one of those characters that just serves his purpose. Because of the rework, it's been my intention to get a little bit of power into the Hydra characters. So you'll see I went pretty deep into Hydra Sniper, and there's an important reason why. In the early game, Hydra Sniper, it does pure piercing damage. If you don't know, piercing damage ignores armor, and somewhat it goes right through shield, if anything gives out shields in the early game. So it's overall positive to have piercing damage. Now, so we'll say right now this is 150% piercing damage. His base damage stat is about 1500. So he's doing about 2000 damage on basic without anything else. And 2000 uninterrupted damage this early in the game is pretty meaningful. Basically, whenever he takes a turn, someone dies. And working with the entire... Hey, Robin. And working with the entire Hydra team, it's going to matter, as Zero In does apply offense up to self, as well as a random Hydra minion or Red Skull ally. I don't have any other Hydra minions right now. That's probably going to change, as if you remember, Hydra just comes your way. I'm also somewhat working on the shield characters. Not amazingly hard. Like, I'm not going super impressively into these characters, but I do think that using them early is going to bridge the gap while I'm buying character shards and ignoring the defenders. And you'll always see I'm ignoring the defenders because my intention is to keep Luke Cage, arguably the worst member of the defenders team, on the team. He's actually not bad outside of the defenders, just for the defense up, and you really don't have many global defense ups that early in the game. But, you know, as we said, RNG does play a factor when it comes to what happens in the earliest stages of the game. There were characters you're always going to have, 1, 2, 3. Minerva was the RNG luck pull, where on the other side, Namor was relatively unfortunate pull. You're always going to have a good spread of these characters, or at least access to these characters early. Whether or not you invest in them, that's what's going to take. Another thing you may notice is most of the characters I have, I immediately bring them to level 30. And the reason I immediately bring them to level 30 is so I can upgrade these abilities and use them adequately in Blitz. That's it. I'm trying to get a little bit more value. Now, if you want to know why 30 is the answer, it costs about 83,000 gold to bring a character to level 30, and then you add about an extra 20,000 to, you know, upgrade a couple of these abilities and put some gear on them. it works out. I like to bring characters. If I can get them to gear tier 4, I will. If not, I just get them to 2 or 3 and leave them at the bottom. We're going to be clear, there's no incentive for me to work on characters like Bullseye, Handblade Master, Wolverine right now. Wolverine will get stronger as time progresses anyway. He's not particularly good, and I didn't get Cyclops, so I'm not going to go particularly nuts on him. Characters I'm close to unlocking, Hawkeye. I pulled 2 very good pulls out of the Legacy Orbs that I got for free on him, so that was pretty good. Shocker, I didn't even know how this happened. I guess my Mega Orbs have been very unlucky, but it's not like I'm going to ignore him. As a matter of fact, getting early Shockers is meaningful because the next Legendary after Star-Lord that I unlock, I intend to be Sue Storm, so any early access to these characters that I can get is going to help. I'm going to make a little bit of a push for an early Iron Man. I do have 3 shield characters. What I don't have is 3 shield characters at 3-star, and I don't believe I can get another one at 3-star relatively quickly. So I'll just get an Iron Man out, not because he's amazing or incredible or even necessary, but in the early game, his extra high armor will help him sustain a little bit. This stuff is not going to matter in the late game. Boomer, best tank in the game. You're right, Benji. Shield Assault is another character that I'm working a little bit on. Now you'll see I've saved a couple of energy refreshes to make sure that I got some things to show here. I just didn't want to waste my energy, but I wanted to give some good gameplay. I want to fill out about an hour anyway. So let's go ahead. Oh, if I'm going to do this, I might as well. Also, I know this doesn't matter. This is tinfoil hat stuff. But what I tend to do is either 1-3-1 or 3-2 when I farm these nodes. There's no real rhyme or reason why. It's kind of a ritual for me. So here I feel like doing 3-1-1. So that was 2 and 0 and 0. Didn't mean anything. It's based on my knowledge of how RNG works in these kind of games. When you do all of the nodes at once, when you click it there, what you're doing is you're rolling, instead of 5 dice, trying to get the result, you're rolling 1 dice in which the pool breaks itself open. 1 die, I'm sorry. And I like to roll them individually because it just feels like I'd rather have multiple chances versus 1 chance with a higher pool of drops. I've noticed I've gotten 8 and 6 just over the play. More frequently, I've pulled 8 and 6 of a character shard from individually farming them, like 2-2-2 or 4-2-2 or something like that. Then I have, and the amount of times I've ever clicked, like, just farm them. Clicking just farm them, I do that when I'm like, it's gear or something that I'm just farming for the sake of getting the energy out. But is it positive? Do we know it makes a difference? Nope, it's just my own ritual. I recommend finding your own ritual because we are crazy creatures of habit, and finding a ritual that works for us does in fact help. My characters are a little bit underperforming from where they are, and that's my FOMO, my fear of missing out. I don't want to just hot rip and immediately rank up characters. I don't need to be that much higher in Arena right this second. It's not really a race for me because as the defenders start pouring in, Arena is going to stabilize for me anyway. And right now I am in top 2,000. Excuse me. I have to buy my Drac shards. Oop. I'm in top 2,000. And as long as I'm in top 2,000, let me just check something real quick to show you. That's not helpful. Yeah. As long as I'm here, I get a guaranteed 1 character purchase a day. My goal, of course, is to push to top 500. As long as you can maintain top 500, you get 1.5 character purchases a day. So every second day you buy 2. And that's where I really want to start seeing efficiency. Outside of this, the only benefit becomes cores until you reach top, 50 or the small amount overage. It adds up over time, but it's not worth going absolutely nuts about. And of course, cores are incredibly important for a free-to-play player, but there's not much to spend them on anyway. As long as I'm getting my energy refreshes in every day, I'm not particularly worried about that. So I have nothing as far as dailies are concerned. So let's check out this event that's live right now, and maybe I can do anything in it. I'm not sure. I know I can't do anything in Tiny World. Like this event is not for me. You know, my main account, I saw it when it happened live, and a year and a half later, I was able to do it. Free-to-play account, it doesn't really do anything for me, so. Let's see. I mean, I got this free energy, right? Might as well. Oh, cool. I guess I'll just take this full team. Want to see how you push up in arena? I've been stuck in 153, can't get any lower anymore. Hey Tony, the floor open, all questions or just stuff regarding this account? Oh no, by all means, ask any question you like, dude. There's probably not many questions regarding free-to-play. You know, just the standard ones, which I'm trying to explain regardless of people asking. But if you have a question about anything, feel free to ask. Hopefully I can help you. You will notice that I don't have the chat here because I can't really monitor chat on a stream, and this is going on YouTube as opposed to Twitch, where Twitch doesn't particularly care about no poopy words. YouTube does kind of care. There's no world where you lose this fight. They give you the first team. So I'm going to go through and see if I have enough to maybe do the next stage of the fight. I don't think so. I don't think I could do anything else but this first stage, but we'll see. Did you guys get a notification? Poopy words, yeah. Did you guys get a notification when I went live? Because Crash told me to make sure a notification went out, and supposedly my Discord did say I went live. It just was a little bit strange. Duty words. Probably missed this, but how do you feel about Mac picking Hella as a character? You did? Thanks, Neon. Thanks for letting me know. I just want to make sure a notification did go out, because that's what I set up today. How do I feel about Hella? It helps... Well, let's look at it from every perspective. As a free-to-play player, I am incredibly happy to be getting early access to Hella. She is a cosmic mystic character that is amazing. She helps a lot of players in the mid-game who weren't able to farm her up until this point. 100 shards of any character is a meaningful amount of shards, where anything less than 100 shards is mediocre at best. Like 50 shards of a character is great exactly two times. To unlock a character that unlocks at 45, specifically, or less. Or 2-starring a character, I guess is the best way to say it. And when you're exactly 50 shards away, you know, from rank up. Outside of that, 100 shards helps everybody at all times. If you don't have a character, congratulations, you have a 3-star version of it. If you have up to a 4-star version of that character, you know, or anything below a 4-star version, it ranks that character up 2 to 3, 3 to 4. You know, at 4-star, it makes a huge chunk in 5. It's, you know, 75% almost, maybe a little bit more. And then going further, you know, it's halfway from 5 to 6, and it's a third of the way from 6 to 7. So 100 is a meaningful amount, and something I would like to see. Well, I can do this, but it's any characters. That's right. So we'll just use the strongest ones. I don't think I need her. We'll just use Hydra Sniper. What's up, Chase? Yeah, the controller... Also, let's be clear, you can use her to unlock Phoenix, and she will become farmable. To my knowledge, she'll be farmable in the villain campaign when that goes live in the next week or so. So, that's great. You know, you can easily start working... Whether people can access Hella early... Probably not, but she is probably a more worthwhile farm than either Hand Sorceress or Nobu. So, as far as the Phoenix Watch is concerned, it might be a viable option. It's really going to depend on how hard those fights are, you know? Alright, so first let's do this. So I think Hela is one of the three, I don't want to say correct, but one of the three, in my opinion, best options. Hela helps a lot of people at every stage of the game. The other good options, I believe, were Minerva and Symbiote Spider-Man. Chonk. I love this guy. I think if they had given 100 Minerva shards, I think 100 Minerva shards helps a great deal of people at a great deal of points in the game. I don't think Thanos was that relevant. So I wouldn't say I would put him on a very high up on that list. But, and yeah, Symbiote Spider-Man, only because he's new and the value of Symbiote Spider-Man... Excuse me? Oh, everyone's going but Groot. This is great. Sorry about the train of thought. I do kind of want to 3-star this. Never mind. Oh, wait, that was Toad? I don't care. I think Symbiote Spider-Man because you're going to have an early Spider-Man and an early Miles, and I believe it's relatively simple. Whatever. Lose or win, I don't care. I believe it's relatively simple for you to get Venom. Is he a villains or an early Cosmic farm? I think Cosmic 1-9? That sounds right. So, such a bummer. I have a 7 red star Thanos, but only 3 golds. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry, because... that's one of those things about red stars. So the next YouTube video I'm actually going to come out with, the next fun one that isn't the TCP or a series that I'm currently working on, is the kind of a series about misconception about red stars. Venom is late villains? Oh, he is villains? Okay. He's... I don't know if he was Cosmic... Oh, Cosmic 1-9 is Shocker. Never mind, I apologize. Yeah. So wondering if SSM Spider-Verse team is a hard counter to any specific teams. It appears to be a relatively hard counter to Supernatural. No, definitely not. Let me think about it for a second. Do you know where Sif is going to be farmable? I'm betting Blitz Store. That's my bet. Nexus 6-9. Oh, is that... I didn't even hear about Nexus 6-9. Heimdall is what? Where's Heimdall going? Arena Store? I think they said. Spider-Verse can soft counter Asgard and definitely Hydra. Yeah, but... Hydra definitely. You know, it... I don't know war-wise whether they're an offense or defense team. I'm going to tend towards offense because they don't have any benefits for being on defense, and Carnage is dumb. Carnage is a dummy dum-dum. He will ult someone that he chooses, not even a good target, and then Venom, who's also dumb, has to then pick that target in order to get the max value. So, on defense... medium at best, but I like just keeping like track of what they do and how fast they are. I would say a hard counter maybe to Hydra. There's a non-zero chance that they don't seem to do much against aim. They might. They don't really buff flip. You know what I mean? Like they don't remove buffs from themselves. They just benefit when opponents get buffs. So aim will give them passive heals. Like every time... Well, aim has the chance of giving them passive heals. I think they need to hurry up and come on Orange Gear and Yeeks and Orange Gear Orb. Yeah, they really do. See the video with Valley? Valley opened 369 Elite Orbs. Elite Orbs. Got a ton of uniques and then, like, nothing as far as catalysts and other, like... Why does that even exist? Aim gives them debuffs back that they can't cleanse. Yeah, well, I'm speaking more from the perspective of passive healing as time goes on. So I don't like them against aim. I don't think they're designed to be a war team with a meta counter. I think they're specifically designed to be a sustain team for raids, based on what they do, their turn meter manipulation, a lot of the self-healing, and kind of what like their entire setup. I also don't think actual Spider-Man is required on that team. I think Miles is phenomenal, but I think you can get away with using either an official tank or an off tank, like maybe a hand sentry, or what's another example? Maybe a Merc Riot Guard. I think that they do need a specific tank, just to make sure that they don't start beating up on one of your squishier members. And I don't think Spider-Man and, you know, SSM are so different that it makes sense to have them both. There's benefits to having them, but I don't think you need them. 15 shards away from getting SSM. Well, so what is that? How many more days we have for that event left right now? 4? Is AIM going to be good against most debuff team? They are so good. Yeah, AIM's real good. It really, and AIM is, it's funny, AIM is one of those teams where, like, they're pretty good at, like, medium investment. They're not bad. But the more you invest in them, they like, exponentially better. If you've ever, like, in a blitz fight, fought a really strong AIM, like an AIM security, you know that she just doesn't take damage. 12 days? Oh, there's 12 days left? You'll be fine. You'll get them. If you're 15 shards away from SSM and there's 12 days left, you'll unlock them. I just unlocked him like 2 days ago on my main account. Yo-Yo? What about Yo-Yo? Not sure if I buy into Hydra. I know Red Skull looks insane, but not sure if they can get rolling like Shield or AIM minion team. That's fair. I know Remen has been working on his Hydra team. As off tanks for Spider-Verse. Oh, yeah, no, 100%. Oh, yeah, Yo-Yo's definitely great. It's just she's not really accessible right now. I'm thinking about it from a perspective of characters that you could, like, work towards. Yes, Yo-Yo, but, like, Yo-Yo is the great protector on all teams, especially because she's just constantly healing with SSM, you know? Like, every time someone takes a turn, SSM gives everybody, well, gives everyone but Yo-Yo 3% of their health back. Or 3% of his health. Trying to decide whether 6 red star Venom with my gold ticket. Don't. I 6 red starred Carnage, and I'm not telling anybody why. It's a secret. It's because I'm crazy. That's why. I think AIM will smoke Hydra too. Yeah, I think so. Friday After Dark Tony, but on YouTube. Really, Tony? Really, Tony? Really? No, I'm doing this because I want this video series to go live. And, like, let's talk. I'm just showing this off as, like, you know, I've been playing this game for a week. There's an event. Realistically, most people, if you've been playing for a week as a campaign starts, you'll be able to progress somewhat in the campaign. Whether that makes a difference to you, probably not. But, you know, in the easy modes of campaign, there's no limitations. I believe you get no limitations in the first one. Medium requires 3 of a character with the tag, and then hard is where you start needing an entire team. Which is kind of funny because that's what I'm doing on my main account right now, is just auto-fighting through that. I love all the text that I don't read, too. I do read it, I just don't read it immediately. Should get my characters up to level 60 and focus on new ones. I think it's vague, but what would be a good time to stop leveling? Alright, Orestes. That's a great question. You're level 72. So, what I will tell you, because I can't give you specific direct advice, but I'll give you general advice that I recommend to everybody, and hopefully you can kind of work that in for you. I consider a character ready at level 60 to 65, whatever number makes sense to you. Gear tier 10, 6664. There are exceptions to that rule, but the most important thing is not every single character needs to be level 60, gear tier 10, 6664. As a matter of fact, I'd say there's probably 40 characters that don't need that. And I can name them off. Anyone that isn't a minion with the Hydra tag. Like Crossbones and Winter Soldier. You don't need them. They don't, like, you can invest in them to do early game stuff if you need that, and then just leave them on the floor. Night Nurse. Character you don't need to invest in. Right now, any of the Ravagers. You don't need to invest in the Ravagers as far as gear and level. You just need to make sure their star count is high enough if you're using any of them in an attempt to unlock Star-Lord. The mercenaries that aren't Lieutenant or Riot Guard, they're not good. Hand. Yes, there is benefit to working on Hand, but not really, because everything's an opportunity cost, and the value of working on Hand to be able to accomplish the tasks you need them for, which is the once every X months Hand, ability material, not ability, I'm sorry, basic catalyst event. It's okay. So I think that what you do is, if you're working on characters as a part of a team or for a purpose, level 60, gear tier 10, 6664 is a great stopping point. And then, of course, stars and whatever, according to how much you have the ability to farm them and want to. As a rule, I break everything down to 50s, too. So a team gets to 100k, then 150k, and then ultimately, if you need this team for something, like if it's your primary raid team or your primary arena team, you want to make sure that team is, over 200k, like 200, 250, and that's kind of the hierarchy. So, your best and most important teams, like if you have a BKT or if you're using the defenders, which I wouldn't recommend as the point of this video series, then you can get them up to a certain point. When they're doing what you need them to, you work on the next team, and then you progress on, because while a tall roster will help you in some facets of the game, a wide roster will help you in all facets of the game. And that depends on how free-to-play you are, too. Some of these, like, a lot of people say early arena is incredibly, incredibly important for a free-to-play player, and it's true. And then I ask the exact same question of all the free-to-play players, hey, how many cores do you have right now? And most free-to-play players will give me a number of cores that is quite frankly ridiculous. They're like, I have like 2,000 to 5,000 cores, especially endgame free-to-play players, not like new free-to-play players. And I'll say, why? And they're like, well, I use them for campaigns, and then I open orbs with them, which is absolutely phenomenal, but that does go to show you that power cores don't have much value in the game. So you can work, you can invest, and you can like save up, but as far as arena is concerned, the most important part of arena is how many credits you're getting and how often you can buy stuff. The cores are beneficial, but premium orbs aren't good, gold orbs aren't good, training orbs aren't good, and ability material orbs aren't good. So just specialty event orbs, I'm going to lose this fight. So just specialty event orbs are really good sometimes, and of course like refreshing for energy and campaign nodes when you're supposed to. And even then, I think 2,000 cores is a great cap, because that'll give you enough cores to at any point in time start spending on an event or buying a couple of specific to character orbs to see if you get lucky without worrying. Hopefully that long-winded and incredibly crazy answer was enough for you. And this is apparently as far as my very weak roster can go. So what I'm about to do is find all of the nodes I've already finished and dump the rest of my energy in. Every orb has a chance of being amazing at all times now. Except this one. That was great, thanks. Cool, happy to help. I do apologize for me like looking off camera. Normally on Twitch, my chat is right here. On this one, it's over here, so I have to be like, what are you guys saying? Oh, hello. Raids. There's no reason to open these orbs at all. No, especially for me, none. Whatever's in these orbs is either going to get better or stay garbage, so. No reason at all for me to spend any effort there. Can I open a Blitz Orb? I can. Alright, guys. Not rescue. Not rescue. That's not rescue. It's not good, but it's not rescue. Alright. I'm almost at energy cap. So, here's where the question lines in. So, as you'll see, I have 4 Blitz teams right now. And this isn't particularly unrealistic for a weekend, having 20 characters. Especially with the amount of stuff you get now for starting as a free-to-play player. You might have like 1 under, you might have 25 characters. You know, you may have ripped all of the 15 drops out of the premium orbs, you know? But a good number of these characters you're just getting for every, 50 pull of Minerva, you just go down to the sadness section and they see a 15 pull of Loki I was able to get. You can see a bunch of 5s and 1s. Clearly I pulled these from, what milestone orbs, etc. This is my sadness. This is something that bugs me a little bit. As a player who's not going on defenders early, 2 premium orbs giving me back-to-back 15 drops of Daredevil. Not only do I not want these were a meaningless amount towards unlocking Daredevil. And if I was getting Daredevil, I was able to look at where's my Drax. Now I've been able to buy Drax 3 times so far. So that's how many days I've been able to do Arena and how many credits I've been able to accrue while fighting up in Arena to buy Drax shards. Oh, I'm sorry. I could have bought a 4th one. I accidentally fat-fingered... where is he? Human Torch. Because that's what I'm buying on my main account, and I'm just so familiar with doing that. This account does suck, bro. So, I could have 20 more Daredevil shards right now, which, if I was following the Defender's Pan, would be halfway towards a Daredevil. Realistically, I'm going to have a Drax. And where is the other character? Quake. I think Quake has a relatively decent core count. Or I'm wrong. Nope, I'm wrong. She's nothing. So. And, Genome, you're missing a key part of the question. What's your TCP and what's the range of your... That's a good question. I'm free to play, and I pretty much every team, but in humans or complete as Guardians, no Sif or BB, sure. What team would you recommend players to level that will help with the most aspects of the game? You're free to play and you have every team, but in humans? Or a complete as Guardians team? Well, the most of the game is gated behind how well you can do with your Guardians. Your Guardian success will help you compete through U6, clearly, any cosmic or, for the most part, tech nodes in gamma raids or beta raids. Obviously, the Guardians have their own title in both Greek and Alpha, or their ability, cosmic and etc. So the Guardians are a phenomenal overall team to work on. The second is really depends on kind of what your focus is. Now, are you just opening Blitz Orbs? You're hard farming Guardians now. Opening Blitz Orbs. I'm opening Blitz Orbs until I'm X shards away from a character. X is 15 or under. Once I'm 15 shards away from a specific character, I will target farm them to rank them up. Just for the sake of investing in them, because I do want to make them. Because the Guardians are still a very competent team without Star-Lord early in the game modes that you need them, and then they get better. What does Arena look like? Garbage, just like mine. Sometimes you'll see someone with a high investment or someone spent money and bought like a Cyclops or SSM, and it's like, okay, that's like the top 10. But like right now, I've been in Arena for like 4 or 5 days. Maybe, 5 days I've had. This is 1 week, so it took me like 2.5 days to get to the ability to go into Arena, and from that point, it's been kind of rough. Hey Tony, are you going to buy Raid Orbs? Just target farm Rocket. I actually have a rule when it comes to raid stores. If I go into a raid store and I see a character, I see Rocket, I'll buy him. If not, I'll open one raid orb and repeat. It's really hard to come by early raid credits. I don't need the gear from that store right now. And while I do need to unlock Rocket, I don't need to use Rocket to unlock Star-Lord. So just getting Rocket is good enough. Where unlocking Star-Lord is probably going to lean from the free group I got, whatever I can get towards Yondu, the 2 characters from Blitz Store, and then possibly Ravager Bruiser or something like that. Oh, Drax. Sorry, not Ravager Bruiser. Maybe Ravager Bruiser. What else we got? 3 characters from Blitz Store? Yeah, but like, I'm never gonna target farm Boomer. Like, I'm not that mad. Boomer's gonna unlock like the next bad orb I open, so. So, do it. Tony, have you seen Deadpool Core's guide to unlock Toad, where it tells you how many cores you need to spend to get him? I haven't seen it yet, no. I haven't seen any of that stuff yet. Someone else asked a question. I think I kind of like trailed off on that. Genome, did I answer your question sufficiently, or did I leave you hanging on it? I'm sorry. Wish they had a good and full Ravager team. Yeah. I wish a lot of things. So, let me just finish up by farming a decent chunk of characters. Oh, that's unfortunate. See, I'm not even going to bother. Like, the 2 shards to... like, I wouldn't mind going, and if I pulled any shards, I'd finish them up, but, like, Hawkeye's not important enough for me to worry about wasting the very limited resources I do get early, and the refreshes, etc. Shield Assault, I believe I just farmed her. Yep. Shield Assault I want. I kind of want... I want to end up with a Quake-based shield team while I'm leveling. They're pretty good outside of Nick Fury, so... And obviously, I really want access to Iron Man. Your Discord MSF advice because I feel dumb looking at it. Fair. It's kind of unfortunate that some of these characters are going to be hard to come by. I would really like to start working on Hydra as an early team to test it. I'm very impressed with what Hydra Sniper and Hydra Armored Guard are able to do in their respective, like, in villains. But, like, you know, like, is this really... I mean, yeah, it is totally worth it, but... TCP is 1.8 mil, pretty good alliance. We're just curious as what the best all-purpose team would have been. Middling Shield, AIM, Brotherhood, mid-high Guardians. He for sure can. You think you can Star-Lord from this event on the free-to-play account? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm giving I started this account specifically to see if 90 days is enough to unlock Star-Lord, or specifically how much effort it takes and how far towards the end goal, which is of course a 6-star Star-Lord, I can get target farming him for one full cycle, which is about 90 days, give or take. Only 6 red stars, Hydra Armored Guard, same. I'm sorry, I have a Hydra Armored Guard and a bunch of other garbage minions as 6 red star. That was a good answer? Alright, Jim, if you have any other questions, feel free to message me. But yeah, like, you want to look at it from a perspective of how helpful you can be in raids, Genome, and how helpful you can be in war. And defense teams are somewhat helpful in war, but offense wins victories. So, like offense wins wars. Defense delays your opponent's offense. So, it means cycle of legendary events. Correct, yes. So, it's about 90 days, give or take, between every legendary event. I know for a fact it can be done at about 2 months if you're target farming specifically without spending to unlock Star-Lord at 5. But 5-star Star-Lord doesn't matter. What matters is a 6-star Star-Lord. Because once you have a 6-star Star-Lord, you could just completely breeze through Dark Dimension. 9 days of Arena will get you Drax at 5, approaching 6. Same with farming Groot. No refreshes. Assume your average 4 stars. Oh yeah, the math is there. People have done this. This is me doing what I've been telling people to do for months. And they've been telling me, like, oh, everything's great. And I'm like, cool, then I'll try it. So. Like, it's so hard, because I know I want to make them stronger, but, like, I only want them stronger to progress in campaign nodes, you know what I mean? Oh, sorry. For no reason, it decided to go live on my phone. Which, of course, is going to give me an anomaly detected. Any plans for Warstar once you get credits? Nope. Gear. It's the most efficient. It's the most efficient mechanism of receiving gear in the game. Maybe Graviton. Maybe, but like, no. Ain't no characters in the Warstar worth farming. There are more than enough farmable X-Men to unlock Magneto. Storm, Wolverine. You get a. Keep in mind, 6 months in, you get a 7-star Wolverine. 6 months in. You just get a 7-star Wolverine. That's a gift. They're like, here, 6 months, here's your 7-star Wolverine. So, Wolverine, Storm, Psylocke. Right? That's 3 of the characters you could use to unlock Magneto. And they're fine. They're pretty decent characters overall. Mystique, Node farmable. Sabretooth and Juggernaut are farmable in stores. So, we're at 6. And then, what else are we missing? I mean, technically Toad and Blob, but, like, no, they're not going to be farmable in any reasonable time. Colossus, but we're not going to farm Colossus early. So, like, there's 6 farmable characters to unlock Magneto right now. Seems fine. Thoughts on... Sorry. How'd you get Minerva? Very lucky premium. My first premium orb was a 50 drop of Minerva. I have a screenshot of it in my Discord. Thoughts of Japan going with Hela? I think it was a good option that helps a very good portion of the community. I think it is one of the 3 best case scenarios. Hela is a phenomenal character at very many stages of the game. So it helps me. It's going to help, like, look at me. Like, I'm a free-to-play player. I'm going to get a free Hela. That's awesome. Because it's going to help me progress through a lot of like villains and Cosmic and Mystic. So it's also going to give me a little bit of access to start working on an Asgardian team, because a 3-star Hela is still a meaningful amount. He devalued. Not even saying that out loud. I think the other 2 good options were, like, I don't think he could have gone wrong if he had said Minerva and just gave every single person a 3-star Minerva. I think that would have been a great thing. I think that most people, 100 shards of Minerva helps pretty much everybody, even if you have a 4, 5, or 6-star Minerva, because that's progress that you otherwise probably would have either had to spend for or get really lucky for. And I think that Symbiote Spider-Man would have been another good pick, because he is the new hotness, and that is a pretty good deal. Hey, Kevin Tran. Hey, Croc. Oh, I did want to get some blitzes. So, we are testing the blitz theory, and as I have built my brand on being able to blitz well, this is me attempting my truly bad B teams in blitz. Unfortunately, I can't just quick auto all of them, but one of the reasons you'll see why I bring characters to level 30 so I can put the 1 or 2 ability materials in them is, like, take a quick look at the parity, right? This fight is lower than me, but it was always going to be lower. The problem is, it wouldn't have mattered how much lower it is, as far as power goes, if I'm not over-committing damage. So, this entire team, couple 2 stars, couple 1, Groot is a problem. He's the highest of them, and I don't really have a way to interact with him, so I should be able to beat this fight, especially in the early stages of Blitz, which is important because I'm going to have to lean very heavily on the early stages of Blitz to unlock a decent chunk of characters. By the time I can farm Hela, I will have 7 Gold Star Hand Assassin and Nobu. That's fair. Where's Sultanas at? He's in chat. He's playing Warframe. We were playing Warframe before. What's up, Story? Yeah. So Jimmy, the thing about Minerva is it's going to be incredibly helpful later. Like, truly incredibly helpful later. Right now, and I'm telling you this as someone who's invested in her and is using her, the only thing she's done for me is turn 2 stars into 3 stars in the villains campaign. So I was able to 3-star a couple of extra missions, obviously earlier than I should have because the investment line wasn't there. But I don't have a record of like which ones they were, you know, so I can't tell you like oh man, it was like the perfect this. But ultimately it was fine. Were the 5 aim characters that should be leveled? There's a very, very wide answer to that question, but the truth is Scientist Supreme, Security, and Graviton are the 3 most important members of the AIM team. Thank you, Benji. I do have a good video for that. The other slots, the other 2 slots, is almost always Assaulter, and the toss-up then becomes what you're trying to do. Are you trying to hit people really hard in the face? It's Monstrosity. He gives offense up to adjacent characters. You can make sure you're doing a lot of extra damage. Are you trying to sustain, like in a raid or something? Then it's Researcher. An extra healer is pretty useful, especially while you're on cooldown from, Scientist Supreme's heal. And you can use Aim Infector if you're angry and don't want to succeed. Or, like, if you got a really high red star and want to be as Guardians in a punch across. Which, technically, the other AIM team can beat the Asgardians in a punch across, so... yeah. So now we start entering why B teams, why trash teams don't get used after Tier 3. And it's because now we're starting to see actual characters, and my team is completely horrible. This is a team I'm not fighting. This is a team I'm not fighting. Maybe. Oh, thanks, Benji. I got 100 Mysterio Shards and a Mega Orb. Oh, man, I will trade you. I will trade you. Robin, what are you? What level are you? Like, you ripped 100 Mysterio Shards. Did that, like, unlock him for you? Do I know who you are? Robin, like, from stream? Because, hey, Nolan, I would absolutely take 100 Mysterio Shards. I'll trade you, like, a Namor for a Mysterio right now, because that's 100 Mysterio Shards towards IW that I don't have to farm. Oh, you're 75? You're fine. Look at how sad this Namor is. Riven mod plus crit damage plus heat damage. Oof. Tonkor Riven mod? Oof. Yeah. Give me that. Here, this Namor, here it comes. You ready? I'm gonna go slow on this one. Look at everyone's health right now. Here it goes. Namor, believe in your dreams. 9. Okay, that's a lot of that is because like the game right now is so high impact. Like it's so different because of what I can. Oop. Sorry, not 10. I have 20. Yeah, I think 20 is especially because you get so many. First of all, you get a premium orb, which is probably going to unlock something or do so much work towards something that it'll help. Could be great, could be not. Then you're gonna get a mega orb, definitely more likely to unlock something than not. Then you're gonna get 10 legacy orbs, and that's gonna make a huge chunk. You get, what is it, 4, 5, 6 characters for free. So I don't have save squads yet because they didn't give me save squads yet because that's clearly something you have to earn. Why? Who's this? Who? Why? Remember, because a week I couldn't quite make 2 blitz teams. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, sorry. My internet was SS was my first 6 red star, and I took her up. Tony, I've been tracking what CCs, and you've grown a lot in the last week. I do my best, Nolan. Just wait till I quit all my jobs and start coming out with a video every 7 minutes. I just become like I become Krang inside a body, like new video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I don't know why he's a drunk pirate in my analogy there, but Krang's a drunk pirate. We're gonna deal with it. What's up, Eric? I remember because a week I can. That's fair, Underoos. How long have you been? Love to see you be full time. What's the best aim team without Graviton? Everyone but Infector. Everyone but Infector. Graviton. The funny thing is, the aim team is actually just the 3 characters. It's just Graviton, Scientist Supreme, and Security. The other ones are just like, look. You have good characters, but not any OP ones right now. This is the alt account. Yes, sir. This is my free-to-play account. And Justin Gray, just to let you know, you are always welcome back to this game. Always. This game's kind of going through a little bit of a renaissance right now, of a bunch of people who kind of want this game to be better, doing their best to make this game better, or at least what they believe to make it better. Boom! Yeah, rezzing that Yondu. Yeah, see, like the heals, they kind of matter, but then that's where I heard that's why I'm playing again. Well, welcome back, man. Yeah, now that you have a really strong red star, let's be clear. Did the strike finish? Because I don't see that many Alliance have fixed MSF anymore in their name. Really? I'll check right now because I'm done with this blitz. No, the boycott hasn't ended. However, to my knowledge, quite a few players have felt that Foxnext has done enough to sate the spending part of the boycott. Keep in mind, fix MSF is not a whale movement, regardless of what people say. It's not anything. It's just a bunch of people who aren't happy with the game. Like 15,000 people who aren't happy with the game. And some people want to tell the story they want to tell. Some people want to say, hey, this is about the fact that whales can't do something. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Not from my perspective. From my perspective, I just think that the fact that when I get a 3-star character right now, like Symbiote Spider-Man, I unlocked at 3-star, and I can't use him because all of my Spider-Verse team is like 45 to 50k, and Symbiote Spider-Man at 3-star with no red stars, which I can't farm, because they're an unfarmable and a complete lottery system, means that this symbiote Spider-Man will not produce for me. Is that true of anybody? No. And I understand that sometimes when I say, well, that's not for me, that's cool, but right now, as a player who's been playing for 2 years, this free-to-play account is super exciting because I can grow. My 5.2 million main account has no growth. That doesn't involve spending money, and not even just spending money and getting lucky. So that's why I'm a part of a boycott, and that's why a lot of people are. The community is just about making Foxnext accountable for the fact that they're making a game that's a little bit greedy. That's it. We're not going to need a fixed DSA. How are we feeling about the 100 sales shards? We're feeling it, man. Rumored Black Order Black Widow team next to be released. I have an open bet right now. You are more than willing to contact me directly. If you believe that that the next patch is going to be the Black Order, I bet you $1 they won't. And if you believe that Inhumans will be needed to unlock a legendary, the next legendary character, I will also bet you $1 that it won't be. Because I know there's a lot of people with bad information right now, and I'm trying to make sure that I make as much money from other people's bad information as I can. But yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. It's the next patch, which is going to be, you know, almost halfway through April, probably, is going to probably be ISO 8s and a decent chunk of characters. Who made your YouTube profile? Me! Same with me. I won't touch SSM and Cyclops because they're so weak. Well, the good news about Cyclops is, like, Phoenix is the only person on that team that matters, so, like, just put Cyclops on there. I was in a POH Alliance in top 100 back in the day. I have a maxed out Defenders and OG Guardians. So we're in the new meta. Also sub to you. Hope to learn a lot. By all means. Oh, please. By all means. I have this free-to-play series to help people, but I do have quite a few videos out. All my videos are sourced by my stream. I stream on Discord. Discord. I do stream on Discord. That's unrelated, though. I stream on Twitch 4 days a week, and because Twitch doesn't like when I stream, that's a real story that I'll tell another time. I've now moved to streaming at least once a week on YouTube, just so I can make this video. Legendary, maybe, then they make use Hydra since they reworked them. Unlikely, because most people have Hydra. The next Legendary is not coming out for a while. The next Legendary is probably not coming out until May? To my knowledge. Because April is Black Bolt 2. And we're going to have all of the characters farmable before Black Bolt 2. Not quickly farmable, but farmable. So what do we think? I know the things I want to do. How often are you going to stream with this free-to-play account? I do every week. Every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I will go live. It might be a Saturday, but I'll make a notification on my Discord. I'm going to do weekly updates. I also, like, during my regular stream, like, I'll, like, tag in every now and then just to show what's going on. People have Hydra, but nobody has really invested in him. Yeah, but, like, dude, 5-star unlocks of characters, man? People talk about unlocking Nick Fury with, like, a 70k Kree Minions team at 5-star. How hard is it going to be to get a 70k Hydra Minion team if you have them at 5-star? You know what I mean? I just want to say your video with Casino. Enjoy taking the boycott discussion you had. Casino, glad found another content creator. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Me and Josh are very old friends. We've known each other for years. So he messaged me. He's like, we should do a video together. I'm like, oh, man, everyone's going to think we're going to hate each other. I'm like, I know, right? So it's kind of a troll, but, like, also we just really had points we wanted to get across. Do you think they will put an Asgardian in the War Store? Nope. I don't think so. I would say July 4th next Legendary. That'd be a close. That's a nice approximation. Too bad Doom is not DD3. Yeah, incredibly unfortunate. Well, it's not bad that Doom is DD3. Because, let's be clear, I would have loved Doom to be Dark Dimension 3 because I was working towards it, you know? The second I saw that not only was it not Doom, it was no character, it was a 5 red star Ultron and a random 7-star drop. 7 red star? I'm like, that's fine. I'm okay. I don't need this. Plot twist, Tony and Casino are mortal enemies? Not even close. I only have one mortal enemy. More save squads? Yeah. Right? So what do you guys think? So, I know there's no reason to, like, stop investing in Groot, right? Like, Like, why would I stop investing in a character that's part of a team that I'm going to be using for a very long time? Punisher and JJ are gonna fall off. Since I'm not gonna get SSM this pass, but I will eventually get him, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about Spider-Man. I'd be way more confident if I got a Ms. Marvel already by hook or by crook, but I haven't. So I think I do have to force the issue on some of these characters a little bit. The one thing that's great about Spider-Man is his incredibly low cost. I believe he takes a green piece or two for like the entire series up. Keep with Spidey? I think so. I've enjoyed Spider-Man. I've enjoyed his on-target stun. Even playing now, I remember using him. I'm just kind of looking at what's coming up. Like, we'll eventually get this Hulk, and then we'll ignore him. Boomer, whatever. Shield Assault. Shield Assault's just going to iron out this shield team a little bit, so that's cool. Shocker's not going to matter too much. Korath is irrelevant, as is Loki. Iron Man is something. I think I just have to lean into what I have right now, and I'll be able to kind of balance it out a little later. I can't stand the idea of working on Yondu. I know how useless he is. I would, if I could get through any part of the game without investing any more in Yondu than I have, then great, but I don't think that's likely. There's the energy I wanted. So now I gotta farm. I guess farming Punisher is also like... Oh, I already did. Never mind. Haha. LOL, JK. We're not farming Spider-Man because we're just gonna get him. We've already farmed Yondu because the double drop was yesterday. Minerva is... Okay, I thought I saw 2 here. I'm like, nope, that's the 50 drop. I could farm him, I guess. Honestly, a lot of this farming purple gear. I'm sorry, blue gear right now, so... When I was the level count, Yondu was the best character in the game. Trust me, I remember. I remember Yondu's summons being, like, single-handedly... Him and Kingpin. Like, you used to just use Kingpin and Yondu and be like, look at how great we are. How the mighty have fallen. I think I have to ease off on JJ a little. While I do think she does break serve a little bit later, I think we're a long way away from JJ being a meaningful addition to a team, even as an energy battery. So I'm gonna have to kind of take a step back on her. Let's get Big Dummy non-lethal up. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Can I farm her? Yes, I can. I don't think I can afford to spend any credits, especially because reset's happening too. So let's see what my next week is going to look like, right? So 1 week in, I have 20 characters. Obviously, I'm not going to have 40 at the end of the next week, right? But we're definitely going to have Drax. I'm getting enough to buy 1 Drax a day. So we're, what, 5, 6 days away from Drax. Of course, unless I pull any amount of him from basics or premiums or whatever. So we'll have a Drax. We'll definitely have Shield Assault. We'll probably have unlocked Ravager Boomer, which doesn't really matter, but another Blitz team. Hawkeye is likely to see an unlock. Any of the Blitz characters can be unlocked at any time, really, so that's pretty okay. I think I'd like to unlock these 2. Merc Riot Guard's probably pretty decent. Not these 2, sorry. Him and Merc Lieutenant. It's unlikely I'm going to see any meaningful growth on Kree. Koye and Baku don't matter. Merc Lieutenant's there. Miles, man. Getting a Miles early would be really helpful, too. I've been pretty lucky with Gamora drops. Cyclops doesn't matter. How depressing is this for players? Imagine you start playing the game, you don't know better, and you have 22 Cyclops, and you're like, gee, I can't wait to get more. 9 years later. Crazy. Shut up, phone. SSM, I'm not near him. We will have a symbiote Spider-Man, though. That's really cool. That, like, I will get enough shards over the course of the 3 milestones they're going to do. This one, they're going to take a 2-week break, another one, and then another 2-week or so break, and then another one. I think, like, at least I'll have him, which is kind of cool. I even made a video about how I thought this was a very good, there's no real reason to progress right now. How much? 3 minutes? Whatever. It was a really good system, but again, they nickel and dime every chance they can. And if you ever want to know why I say they nickel and dime every chance they can, pay attention to the amounts, right? The amounts, sometimes you end up with a really good setup. So this makes sense because it's divisible. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is like 1,000, right? But it's supposed to be 1 full orb given to you over the course. The cores, whatever. The milestones, these seem okay. Moving into challenges. This is a terrible example. These are actually terrible examples. They start rewarding in amounts that don't equal what you're going for. 585. Like, yes, it's more than 500, but you're always going to end up less. You know what I mean? Like, you're always going to end up in a weird set. Same thing with here. 220 instead of 250. 255 instead of 275. You're always going to end up in a nice, strange number. And you can even see that at the end, 700 versus 750 means that after you unlock 2 orbs, your 3rd orb will be 200 away. So, weird with their numbers. SSM might be good for a raid team for new players. I think so. Maybe get some more villains to progress in the campaign. Oh, I can progress in the campaign. So I've stopped progressing in the campaigns because I haven't needed to. What I've been doing is my energy refreshes I do in the day. I will, the refreshes I will use at the beginning of, reset. I will use them and I will, farm characters I want. And then when I log in for my, here's your free energy, then I'll use those to do like, oh, let me try this fight. Oh, great. I'm not particularly rushing because there's no one character getting to right now is high impact for me. As you can tell, I've already... Where's Nexus? Like, this was the character I was working towards. I can't even see it right now. That's unfortunate. That's so silly. Even though I could see that a character... It's so funny. If I want to see how to farm a character, I go to the character and it says, this node is unlocked. Because it's 2-9. I can see who's on there by looking at the character, but I can't see that the character's on here. So, it's not hidden information. It's just weird information. But, like, I've already unlocked all of the characters I intend on farming. I have no intention of farming him, which is why he is 2. It is the 3-star of the event that I got, and then that is it. So I'm gonna probably push a little bit more, but like I said, I don't need more things to focus on. I think it's everything kind of makes sense. Like, I'm not farming Nebula because she's a villain. I'm not working on getting additional characters specifically. I'm just waiting for them to come as they come. That's relatively... For Starward, I'm guessing you were using Gamora, Groot, Mantis, Drax, and Ravager since you're saying you don't want to use Yondu. No, I want to use Yondu. I'm going to farm Yondu. I've farmed Yondu every day if I can. That's how I got him. 70 Yondu shards for $20. Look at this offer. 70 Yondu shards for $20. Guarantee you this offer isn't in the store. Oh, 50 for $20. With, like, garbage stuff. Crazy how they like sneak offers in. But no, the thing is, you don't need to, like, the Star Word event, first of all, you get a Star Word to unlock him, right? Like, they give you a Star Word. Second, you don't need to 3-star the event. You just need to beat it. And third, you could probably, like, if you look at the reported lowest power teams, most people did it with, like, a Drax and a Gamora at the lowest level. Those fights aren't particularly hard, especially if you have a Mantis keeping those two idiots alive. Then the other two characters could just be present. It's probably likely that I'm going to put a little bit more work into him. So, like, for example, I don't think it's unreasonable for me to get him to level, we'll say 50 or 60. I just don't want to have him at, like, gear tier 10. I don't want to start putting a lot of effort into him. This is fine for now, but I don't think that's where I'm going to go. But I do think that where I expect to be, and this is kind of the most important part of this, to kind of bring the stream to an end anyway, where I expect to be next week, I expect to have unlocked more of the characters or progressed more on the characters I need for Star Wars. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Did we get those free 5 Drax shards? Maybe that's where I got an extra 5 from.
Yes,
so
the calendar has started.
Yeah, and Drax was an early one, right?
I'm gonna double check.
I believe he was the day 2 reward. I could be wrong.
Oh, you have not got Drax yet. You've got
Oh.
5 Boomer and 5 Gamora.
Oh, that okay.
Day 6.
Okay, so that explains where the extra Boomer and Ravager shard. And again, I don't believe 5 shards is going to make a difference on either end. Like, if the end of the if Star Wars event comes back around and all of my characters are exactly, or like within 5 shards of getting there, then I'll be like, oh man, I guess I did get lucky by missing it. But the idea was, at 2 months, it's possible, but difficult. You have to target farm to unlock Star Wars on first pass. Because I know players who've done it. They're from my stream. They hang out. Over 3 months, like if you see one pass, it's definitely easy. I want to see if you start playing like around the time of the Star Wars event, whether it been today or like 2 days ago. Like I've been playing for a week. I was able to work on a roster, but like I only just recently have I started getting the Star Wars stuff because they announced him in the blog. Drax is day 6? Yeah. What do you mean day 6? Day 6 from now? Because you don't start farming Drax. Oh, he's day 6 on the calendar. Cool, thanks, Tina. I just want to make sure that the progress is going to be simple. I do want to get to Groot. That's the thing. I would like to get to Groot. So I will be progressing in Nexus as quickly as I can. Hopefully. Can you drop the link to your Discord? Yes, it is. It is in the About section of my stream, but I can, in fact, drop it for you. There you go. That BlueStacks, if you want to play this game on your PC's link is in my About section. And let's see, Discord, BlueStacks, one other thing. Probably my Twitch channel. That makes sense. That would be there. So I do think that right now, where I want to do is I want to hit the Groot farm node as fast as I can. So let's see how far away I am from doing that. This is Nexus. So let's see what the strongest 5 I could bring in are. Let's see how it works. We'll end it on this. We'll end it on whether or not I'm able to make some meaningful progress in this, so I could be able to start farming Groot. Hopefully I could do that in the next day or 2. I made literally Nope the team in Alliance War Defense. Tell me all about it. Tell me all about it. Oh, I do want to make one note. Thank you guys so much for watching. Anyway, I'm going to clearly end the stream. I don't like to go too much longer than an hour for this video because this is being saved as a video. But like an hour 20 is not going to really hurt anything. Plus, it's hopefully this is an enjoyable series, and helping people is kind of the point of it. I will be, hey Dark, I will be taking a week off of my main account. And the details of that are going to be made like clear. Basically, between work and things I have, personal responsibilities, and general fatigue, like I'm kind of burned out. It doesn't mean I'm going to keep streaming, and I'm going to like still log in. I'm just going to be playing the game at a very lower rate, and I'm going to kind of cater content for the next week around the roster reviews that I do. I'm going to auto-fight this. We're fine. I'm going to kind of cater the content for the next week around the roster of fights, this free-to-play account, and most importantly, just playing the game on my main account. On my main account, if you don't know, I've been playing for exactly 2 years now, or I'm within like a day of 2 years or something, and I'm 5.2, almost 5.3 million. I haven't spent money in 2 months. I spent $40 in January, and then February I spent nothing. And obviously, so 1 month, I guess. And then I used to spend a lot. I spend a lot less now. I spent a lot less now, and now I'm spending nothing. That's not necessarily because of the boycott that started, the Fix MSF movement. I just don't think Fox Next deserves my money. Also, I'm not getting anything for my money, so I didn't want to. And there's really just no actual paths of progression for me right now. The only way I can progress is through die rolls, like RNG, and I can't keep doing that. So I'm taking a week where I'm just removing myself from the stress of like having to do raids that don't reward me at all, and having to do wars that aren't fun, because the second someone spends more money than us, we lose, and we have some spenders, so that means something. It's not fun. So I'm taking a week off from playing at a competitive quote-unquote level, but I'm still going to be streaming. I'm still going to be putting out the same content. So I do want you to know that I'm still going to log in, but I am, however, uninstalling the game from my phone for the entire week. I will be doing nothing. I will be leaving the alliance that I'm in for at least a week. Obviously, if like I'm not going to have someone get kicked for me. I believe someone's going to take my space temporarily, and I'm just going to kind of freelance it. Just, hang out, maybe help some small alliance for a week or however long it takes. I just need to kind of remove myself from how much I love making content for this game. It's absolutely phenomenal. I love the community that has grown, not because of me, but as a part of me and other streamers. You guys have been great, and I wouldn't leave you guys for anything, but I can't wake up and find myself like logging into Marvel Strike Force before I brush my teeth for the morning. Like I just can't do that for like I did it for 2 years. I can't do it for another week. It's kind of a mental health break. Anyway, I will still be putting out content though. So, but I'm not leaving. That's the point. You will see me every day. My stream Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Thursday, my Blitz stream. I will be there. My account's going to be fine. I'm just going to take a temporary break from the competitive nature of the game so I can kind of reassess why I thought this game was fun in the first place and find a new way to have fun, which is what I've recommended for a lot of people. I just never followed my own advice. Other than that, guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. And if you're watching this after the stream, thank you guys for bearing with this hour and 25-minute video. I do hope this is helpful, and hopefully the next video that comes out, my roster progress, is meaningful. If you're watching this video far into the future, hopefully you're watching it as a nostalgia of the time that someone taught everyone not to farm defenders. I want you guys to have a good night. Have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. I've been Tony Scungili. Thanks for hanging out. Be good, guys.